And here's a simple version of 3 Christmas songs: Deck the Halls, Jingle Bells, and Silent Night. I'm going to do Deck the Halls and Jingle Bells in the key of C, and then Silent Night in the key of G. Alright, so I'm going to start with a C chord. I have said this quite a few times, but it's worth repeating. My guitar's in tune, and here's an open E. Here's an open A. Here's an open D. Here's an open G. Here's an open B. And here's an open E, treble E, first string. Okay, so Deck the Halls and Jingle Bells are going to be in the key of C. So here's Deck the Halls. I'm not going to do a lot of strumming on this one. You can add more strumming if you want. I'm basically going to go through the chords. So it's going to be C, and this is what a C chord looks like, again, if you don't know. Third finger, 3rd fret, 5th string. Second finger, 2nd fret, 4th string, and first finger, 1st fret, 2nd string. And make sure you make a tunnel for each one of those strings to ring clearly. You've got to have a good bend in your fingers there, okay? So check it, just check each string. Alright, so I'm going to start this, Deck the Halls. 1, 2, ready, go. And deck the halls with boughs of holly. Then I'm going to go to G7, which I'm just going to lay my 3rd finger a little bit flat on the 3rd fret of the top string. You can see I'm kind of trying to move my 2nd finger out of the way to show you if I lay my finger flat, I'm going to be muting the 5th string. I'm not even going to be putting it on. Some people like to use the 2nd finger there on the A string, but you can just leave it up a little bit in the air, around like this, alright? And all the other strings are open except for the 1st string here. Now I'm putting my 2nd finger out of the way. I do not encourage you using that technique when you're going from a C to a G7, putting your finger underneath. That's just cumbersome, but I'm doing that just so you can see what the chord looks like, what it should sound like. But I'm not playing anything with my 2nd finger. Fa la 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 la, back to C, la 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 la. Now if you have difficulty putting your 3rd finger on the top string and your 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 1st string for that G7 chord, then you can just play a G7 like this. Fa, fa la la. You can play the bottom 4 strings. Fa la la la, la 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 la. And here's with the 3rd finger on top. Fa la 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 la. Okay, so there's a little bit of changing there between C and G7. The next part of it is Troll the Ancient Yuletide Carol. I think that's the right lyric. Hold on. Deck the halls with boughs of holly. Fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. And then Dawn is just G, a G chord. So what I'm going to do again, I'm going to play the 3rd fret of the top string. And I'm not going to use G7 this time. I'm not going to do G7. I'm going to play a G, and I'm only playing on the 6th string and the 1st string at the 3rd fret. All right. Dawn, and again I'm laying this finger a little bit flat so that my finger pulp hangs down and mutes the 5th string. Dawn we now are. All right. So only 5 strings should be ringing. This one is muted. Dawn we now are, back to C. Gay apparel, fa la la, C of course. And then A minor, it's sad cousin. All I'm going to do is take my 3rd finger and put it underneath my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string. So here's C, fa la 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 la, fa la la, fa la 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 la. Again, C, fa la 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 la. then G, and then you're gonna, this is really slow, keep in mind, but this is G, and then you're gonna slide your finger to the left and play D7. So D7 again is 2nd fret, 2nd finger, 3rd string, and 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string. La, la. Let me do that. Don we now our sea gay apparel. Fa la la, A minor to G and D7 and G. See how I just slide my 1st finger back and forth? No reason to go and take your fingers off. I mean, there's no harm, no foul if you do, but I'm just saying it's easier if you just slide like that, okay? Troll the ancient Yuletide carol. Now we're going to play an F for the first time. F for F, you just take your 3rd and 2nd fingers and just drop them down a string. So I'm going from the 5th and the 4th strings to the 4th and the 3rd string. And I'm going to flatten out my 1st finger so I get these 2 strings. I get this C and this F on the 1st fret. Fa la 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 la. So when you switch, you have to lay down your 1st finger flat. Fa la 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 la. Back to C. La la la. And there's G7. La. Okay. I'm gonna run that real fast here, so you can see what it sounds like. Deck the halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la. Okay, that's Deck the Halls. And then the next song is Jingle Bells. And here we go. C. I'm going to just strum from the 5th string down a C chord. 1, 2, ready, downstrokes. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Now go to F, drop down, 1st finger again flattens out. Oh, what fun it on is, go back to C, is to ride on a. Now, lucky for us, fortunately, it's a blessing that we already have our 1st finger on the 1st fret of the 2nd string. Just keep it right there. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a 1-horse, because you need that 1st finger on the 2nd string for that C right there. 1 horse open, slide to the right for G. Sleigh, back to C. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Again, I'm muting this top string with my tip of my edge of my, so you don't really hear a tone, you just hear a thumping or a scratchy sound. Jingle all the way, F, oh what fun it is to ride in a 1-horse open sleigh. Okay, so you can add a few little things in Jingle Bells to help it sound a little more interesting or not. It doesn't take away anything to do it just the way I did it. But you can do this, make a C7 chord by adding that B flat right there with the 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the 3rd string, G. So it sounds like this. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Now that sound of that chord tells you that you're going to go to F. Oh, what? Now you can play F like this, like the way I've been showing you. Alright, it's just like C, but you drop down a string. Or you can make a bar chord. And it's a little bit more complicated, but basically what you've got is you've got your 3rd and 4th fingers together on the 5th and 4th strings, 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and then you're barring all the way across the 1st fret. Alright, so this is what I just did. Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle throughout this C to C7 to F, your third finger never leaves that C right there. The other way that we did it, we dropped down, right? Well, this way, you don't. You just keep your third finger there. I'll do it again. 1, 2, ready, go. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride. Did you see how I didn't move my third finger? And now I'm going to use my first finger as an anchor on the B string for D7. One horse open sleigh. That's G. Again, I'm not using my first index finger, rather. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Okay, that's Jingle Bells. I don't have the verse there. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. Dashing over the foam. Foam. Sorry, I used to do this in a luau with the Hawaiian version. C. Dashing over the snow in a one-horse open sleigh. That's F. O'er the fields we go. G. C. Laughing all the way. Stay on C. Tails ring. Making C7F. Bright fun it is to G. Laugh and sing a sleighing song to C. Night. Oh, jingle, etc., etc. Okay? So that's that one. There are other things that you can do, but I don't want to make it too complicated. Okay, so Silent Night is pretty simple. It has 3 chords. G, C, and D7. So it goes like this. Ready, go. Silent night. Again, muting the 5th string. Holy night. D7, slide to the left. All the strum bottom 4 strings are calm. Back to G, slide right. All is bright. C, round yon virgin. G, mother and child. C, holy infant. So G, tender and mild. Slide to the left. D7, sleep in heavenly G, peace. Sleep in D7, heavenly peace. So the most complicated thing about this thing is just strumming the bottom 4 strings instead of all the strings for D7. Otherwise, D7 sounds like this, and in my opinion, those lower notes bury the sweetness of the higher notes. So if you can just take a little bit more time to be skilled at your strumming, then I think you'll be golden. And of course, you can include any other verses that you want to with Silent Night. Bless you. Merry Christmas.